Divorce Dad Diaries Day 321, and it's Caspers' 5th birthday. He is so excited about turning 5 and finally starting school, so that's what his mum has focused on, getting him school stuff like the lunchbox and the bag and all that sort of thing. So for me, when I was looking at shopping for his 5th birthday, I decided I would take the opportunity to just buy him some toys and some fun stuff. Starting off, he wanted a big dinosaur, so I got him this big weighted plush from Kmart. This thing's got to be like a couple kilos probably. It's quite heavy. I think he's going to love sleeping with this every night. Is hopefully be a new cuddle buddy for him. Also, because he did specifically ask for some other dinosaur toys, I got him a few other pieces as well. These, I believe, were also from Kmart. I got him a Spinosaurus and a T-Rex. Most of the dino toys that we have in this house belong to his older sister, Coco, so he wanted some of his own. From there, he has asked for some Lego, so I got him some of these small kits from Kmart. They're little 5+ kits. I've got a policeman, a fire truck, and a digger. These were quite cheap too, if I remember correctly. So obviously he loves all three of those things, the diggers, the fire trucks, the policeman. So I thought those would be some cool little kits for him. But on top of that, I decided to get him a remote controlled car. So recently while I was at the second-hand shop, I picked up a remote controlled car that doesn't actually work, it just drives around, but he keeps talking about how he wants the control, he wants the remote to be able to move it around. So I thought I would get him one. This is a flip car. It's one of those ones where it can go drive either side, so you can crash it around and have a bit of fun with it. Next up, he loves bubbles, but he never has enough bubbles, so I got him a bubble gun and a massive bottle of bubbles. He also loves doing puzzles, but he doesn't really have any puzzles at my house. So I got him this little puzzle set, and it like matches the rug, the town rug. It's a 48-piece puzzle, so right up his wheelhouse. And then finally, because I read books to him every night, I got him some more books. I got him That's Not My Dragon. Just hit me all at once. I promised myself I wouldn't get emotional. Oh, they grow up way too fast. That's Not My Digger, and That's Not My Cat. What I was trying to say before I lost my composure was that I got these books for him because I love reading these books to him because he reads them to me. He knows I love it when he reads the books to me, and for that reason he will often pick these books at night so he can do the reading. Realistically, it's hit me all at once because I'm realizing that he's already too old for these books. They are books for like 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. They're really simple. They take about 30 seconds to read. But it's the fact that they're simple enough that he can memorize it without reading the words. It's how he can read it. So I'm just holding on to those little moments for a little bit longer. But he also said to me that he wanted a Spider-Man cake for his birthday. I told him I'm not going to be able to make you a Spider-Man cake. I am not that good. So as a compromise, I went out and I got some Spider-Man wrapping paper. Although, funnily enough, when he found these presents in my closet later, he stated to me that, I wish I'd asked for a goat cake instead because I love goats and I would have loved some goat wrapping paper. And I'm like, I don't... I don't think there's such thing as a goat wrapping paper, and if I knew that, I would have got him some goat toys as well, but, it's whatever. As you'll see from this video anyway, I did not have enough wrapping paper for all the presents anyway. So when I was doing this last box, I just ended up just chucking a piece on top. And frankly, all of this took longer than it should have anyway, because my tape snail broke. So, yeah, to go with the measuring snail. So whenever I was trying to get tape out, I couldn't find the end of the bloody tape, It's like you're fiddling with the roll for like 30 seconds at a time, just trying to find where the end of the tape is. So by the time I'd finished wrapping, I'd forgotten all about the book thing. Where's Rachel? Is she going to be in the comments today? Put it on the list, tape snail. In saying all that, when Casper learned I wasn't going to be able to make him a Spider-Man cake, he said, that's fine, I'll just have a blue cake. And I was like, that's way too mature and compromising for a 5-year-old, so I'm not going to settle for that. I'm going to do better. So I popped down to the cake shop here in Rolleston, picked up 100 of these disposable piping bags. I know, probably not best for the environment, but it is what it is. Let's be real, I used to have a not disposable one, and I didn't clean it properly one day, and it got mouldy. But I also picked up a end of the tube. What do you call this thing? They have a whole rotary dispensary thing where you can buy each of the individual noses to go in the piping bag. God, I really am just making up words at this point. So they actually sell cakes in stores. So like if you like pre-made cakes that they've made, So if you need a cake in a pinch, you can grab one, and icing, plain white icing. So again, if you need icing, and you can like colour it however you want. But I could have just purchased that, but I know that the kids like it when Dad makes the cakes because they know I make the cakes because they look like I made the cakes. As you'll quickly see. But I wanted to shout out the fact that they actually have like sausage rolls in-house. I didn't know this. May as well give it a go. Holy crap. Okay, that is a good sausage roll. Flaky pastry, very buttery. Strong butter flavour coming through. The sausage is really good. I can see that they've put onion in it. God, the flavour is so dense. There's so much flavour in there. Let's see if I can get just the sausage. It's well cooked as well. Nice and juicy. It's good because often I buy sausage rolls and they're dry as heck, which is why I tend to avoid them. Go for a pie instead, which has a gravy. This is really good. Not dry at all. And it's a good size. It's not massive. Despite that, it's going to be quite filling. There's quite a lot of meat in there. It's not all pastry. It's a thin layer of pastry around the outside. Very good. Very impressive. But that's enough of a digression because I'm supposed to be organising a birthday, aren't I? So it was a quick trip down to the supermarket to pick up some necessary supplies for baking a cake. Now, I did not want to make the best cake as possible. The kids just don't care. So I effectively just found the simplest recipe as possible. Although in saying that, I realised when I went to make the cake that I did not have enough white sugar. So it ended up being more complex anyway because I substituted out some of the white sugar for the brown sugar and then in turn substituted some of the baking powder for the baking soda. But overall, it was just a very simple half cup of white sugar, half cup of brown sugar, 125 grams of butter, all creamed together. Chuck in 2 eggs, some vanilla essence, 2 teaspoons, about 1.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and half a cup of milk. Chuck all that together. I'm actually using my mixer this time. I do have one of these that I picked up from the second-hand shop for cheap. And of course, we can't forget the blue food colouring. And then it's into the oven at 180 degrees for, it ended up taking about 40 minutes to being done. And while that was cooling down, I took the opportunity to set up the presents. And of course, because it's a big milestone birthday, his mother came along as well, so she bought presents from herself as well as some presents from his nanny and his nana. I set up some presents from his papa and nan as well. And of course, all the balloons, because we love balloons. By the time that was done, I could decorate the cake. I just made a really simple icing sugar and water icing. I'm not sure what the proper term for this is, but just mix that with some blue food colouring. And then made another batch, plain white, which I then used to decorate the cake. So, of course, I mentioned before that he said he would have liked a goat cake. So I thought, I'm going to do that. I quickly drew out a sketch on a bit of paper so I had somewhat of a reference and then just started drawing. It's been about 15 years since I used a piping bag, but it was kind of like riding a bike, really. Of course, it would have held its shape a bit better if I'd used like a proper like butter icing, but like I said, just used that easy icing. And then we were all up nice and early to celebrate Casper's birthday.
Oh. Books. I see books. That's not my cat. Hey, what's that mouse on it? Everybody sing. No.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Casper. Happy birthday to you. Casper, to go. It's going. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! And hip hip hooray!
We all enjoyed some cake for breakfast because there's no better time to have cake for breakfast than on a birthday. Casper got to pick what to have for dinner and of course he picked McDonald's. Happy birthday, Casper, and I will catch you on the flip side.